How did fart jokes reshape the Dark Ages? The medieval fart joke wasn't just low-brow humor. It was a tool for exposing the absurdity of life and a reminder that no one, not even the most pious monk or the loftiest king, could escape the quirks of the human body. Whether found in bawdy tales, court performances, or even religious admonitions, the fart joke was a universal equalizer, simultaneously breaking tension and highlighting the comedic contradictions of medieval society. The medieval fart joke, a toot, a reminder that monks also flute. From the king to the serf, no one's free from this mirth. It's the sound of our shared human root. Take Geoffrey Chaucer's The Miller's Tale from the Canterbury Tales. Here the character, Nicholas, leans out a window to prank Absalom with an unexpected toot in the face, but the gag backfires, literally, when Absalom retaliates by branding Nicholas's rear end with a hot iron. The story serves as a bawdy slapstick moment, but it's also a sharp commentary on human folly and the pitfalls of trying to outsmart others. The underlying moral is clear. Mischief might make you laugh, but it can also leave you singed. Young Nicholas tried to be clever, but his prank backfired. Not so clever. When his butt met hot steel, his remorse became real. Now his rear's marked for mischief forever. Even royal courts weren't above indulging in the humor of flatulence. Roland the Farter, a 12th century jester, was so skilled in the art of bodily comedy that he earned land for his services. His signature act, a leap, a whistle, and a well-timed fart, was a hit with King Henry II and his court. Roland's fame demonstrates how fart humor could bridge gaps between classes, allowing jesters to critique or entertain their patrons with disarming physicality. After all, a well-placed fart was one joke everyone could understand. In King Henry's court rose a star, a man famed for his fart repertoire. With a leap and a toot, he secured land to boot, proof the nobles adored a bizarre. Dante Alighieri even immortalized the fart in his Divine Comedy. In Inferno, Canto 1, the devils of the fifth Bolgia signal to each other using flatulence. Here Dante mixes grotesque imagery with comedy, reducing fearsome demons to figures of absurdity. The joke underscores Dante's talent for turning the frightening into the ridiculous, reminding readers that even the forces of evil aren't immune to the silly sounds of a fart. In Inferno, where devils would dwell, one demon let loose with a smell. They spoke through their rear, which makes quite clear. Even hell has its jokes as well. Fart jokes also held a place in medieval literature as part of the French fabliaux, short, bawdy tales that often mocked human pretensions. Stories like Le Pays de la Vieille, the old woman's fart, featured scenarios where flatulence disrupted social norms, exposing the gap between public decorum and private embarrassment. Such stories were sharp, irreverent critiques of societal expectations, using humor to highlight human vulnerability. In the fabliaux, farts took the stage, mocking pompous fools, priest and sage. When the old lady blew, she revealed what was true, that decorum's a flimsy old cage. Even the cloistered halls of monasteries weren't spared. Monks, despite their vows of piety, recorded instances of flatulence, humor as cautionary tales or comic relief. Religious texts like The Rule of Saint Benedict warned against laughter and idle chatter, especially over bodily mishaps, implying just how irresistible such humor was. In some cases, warnings against fart jokes became jokes themselves, with moralistic stories twisting into tales of absurdity. Though monks vowed to solemnly pray, their bodies had much to convey, a vow they could keep not to giggle or weep when a brother let one slip away. Why was the fart joke so enduring? In a world defined by strict hierarchies and rigid social norms, humor about the body, its noises, smells, and uncontrollable functions, offered a rare escape. The fart, in particular, was a universal experience. It crossed boundaries of class, gender, and profession, making even the mightiest rulers relatable. The humor also deflated egos, mocked hypocrisy, and reinforced the idea that everyone is subject to the same ridiculous realities. For the knight and the peasant alike, a loud toot had comedic spike. From the chamber to field, its great power revealed that no one avoids nature's strike. At its heart, the medieval fart joke was a social leveler. Whether through the slapstick absurdity of Chaucer, the biting satire of the fabliaux, or the grotesque comedy of Dante, these jokes gave voice and sound to the idea that all humans share the same mortal coil. In laughing at a fart, medieval people weren't just indulging in crude humor. They were embracing a shared humanity that transcended the rigid structures of their time. When a jester cut wind with finesse, he deflated a king's haughtiness. For though grand thrones ascend, every butt breaks in the end, the great sound of shared humbleness. So, while the Middle Ages gave us grand cathedrals, epic poetry, and profound theological debates, it also gave us a timeless truth. No matter how lofty your ideals or how solemn your station, sometimes you just have to laugh when someone lets one rip. Sure, they built Gothic arches so steep, wrote epics and prayed without sleep. But the truth through the ages, the flatulent sages knew the best punchline makes your guts leap.